Want to see what I'm planning to sew over the next week? Let me show you. Hi, my name is Mimi G. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, welcome. I am a sewing influencer and content creator, and I'm going to be sharing some of the projects and fabrics that I have lined up to sew over the next week or so. The first one is a new McCall pattern. The first one is a new McCall pattern, pattern 8551, which is this dress here. I'm going to be making this version, and I love this dress. It's like a super cute knit skater dress. It's easy to put on. It's easy to make. I love the length. It's super cute. I know it's still cold here because I'm in Atlanta. We're actually supposed to possibly get snow on Friday. Like what? I'm not ready, y'all. That's why I left Chicago. I don't want cold. These are the times where I miss living in Los Angeles. I'm not gonna lie. I do not like the cold. But fortunately for me, I don't need to leave my house. So if it does snow on Friday, your girl is staying in. So I picked up a really cute leopard print double brushed knit that I found at Joann's for this specific dress. And I just liked it. I think it's cute, like a little skater dress in this little knit fabric. I think it's going to be really cute. I was actually going to do a sew along for it, but I believe we have somebody that is doing a sew along, so I'm just going to let her handle it. I'm not sure if she's posted it yet, but when she does, I will link to her channel for you guys. I do plan on doing a sewing tutorial for the next one, which is McCall's 8558, which is this knit fishtail skirt. I love this little like mermaid vibe. If you can hear my gardeners, I apologize, but it is what it is. I really love this pattern. What did I say the number is? 8558. I'm probably gonna make this one here. It probably comes down. I'm only 5'4", so generally patterns are drafted for, I believe it's 5'7". So I always have to shorten my patterns. I have to shorten the length of skirts, dresses, pants, all sorts of things. So, and I for sure always have to lengthen my sleeves because apparently I have short arms. So I am gonna make this skirt. This view here might actually hit my ankles or the floor, so we will see. But I'm definitely gonna make it. And I'm keeping it basic, y'all. I'm keeping it basic with a little black knit fabric that I have in my stash because I need a basic black skirt and I didn't have one. So I figured, you know what? Just make one. This is the perfect pattern for it because it's a simple, easy sew. So I will be doing a sew along for that one. That shit sounds really loud. Can you guys hear it? Anyway, okay. The next one up, which I talked about, actually I talked about all of these in my last YouTube video, is a new McCall pattern called number 8553, which is this one here. And I'm definitely making this view, the dark denim with like a yellow top stitching. I think it's gonna be beautiful. I love the long sleeves on this one. I like this one too, like in a softer, maybe cotton or rayon fabric for summer. But this I could wear with tights and boots and be real cute during this cold season. So I am definitely gonna make this. I love the exposed zipper on it, the two front pockets. I got this dark denim. I also got this at Joann's, I believe. It's a really lightweight. It's not like chambray light, but it's also not like super heavy denim. So it's kind of like a mid. And I really like it. It's dark, but not super dark. So you'll be able to really see my stitching, which is, you know, sort of the highlight for me. I love the stitching on that. So I'm definitely going to make this. And what I also wanted to keep in mind, and I think this is helpful tip, when selecting fabrics for your patterns, it's really important that you pay attention to how you want that to drape. I see a lot of patterns that people make and they look great, but they don't drape or flow properly, right? So if I decided to make 8553 in a heavier weight denim, I have to keep in mind that there's gathering along the waist. And so the stiffer or thicker my fabric is, the bunchier, right, it's gonna look, and I don't want any added bunch in my waist. So I wanna make sure that I use a denim that is still light enough that I can gather. It won't increase volume, and it'll still give me the flow and drape that I want. Then the other pattern that I am super obsessed with is 8556. I also talked about this one in my last video, and I want to do this view. This is view B. I love the sleeve on this one. I love the wide waist. I love the fullness of the skirt. I love the sleeve and the shoulders and the gathers and all the things about this pattern I love. And so initially I was thinking, what should I make this in? And then I remembered that I have picked up, or ordered, I should say. I ordered a beautiful linen striped fabric from Blackbird Fabrics. They are probably my go-to online fabric store because they always have really great fabrics, and their linens are like so good. So I ordered this one. Actually, I ordered all three colorways that they have, which is like a tan, beigey color with stripes in it. And then there was a black with some stripes in it. Norris took the black with the stripes. I still have the tan, but I really wanted to make this dress in this really beautiful striped linen. Now it's a little darker in person than it looks on my screen right now, but it is a striped stone washed linen, 100% linen, and it's beautiful. Like I have to wash it to soften it, you know, but it's gorgeous. And I don't know if you can see, but it has like the white stripe, and then it has like a little gray stripe in the middle of the white. And I think that dress in this is gonna just look so pretty and still casual enough that I could wear it and not get too fancy. Obviously, View C is done in a fancier fabric, and so I want to keep it casual. And then the last thing I plan to do is McCall's 8559, which is the denim skirt, because who doesn't need a denim skirt? And I mentioned this in the video that I did last, that I already had the fabric for it. I have this black stretch denim that I plan to use to make this view, which is View C. I like this view as well, but I don't have a long version of a denim skirt, and so that's why I'm choosing to do the long one. And I'm gonna be doing it, or making it, I should say, out of this stretch denim fabric. So it has a little bit of stretch. I would probably say it's no more than maybe 2% stretch, but it's gonna do the job, and I'm so excited about it. And then I recently ordered fabric from Spoonflower. I had never ordered fabric from Spoonflower before, but I had noticed that they have a lot of really cute prints that I like. And what I did not know about Spoonflower, because I don't know where I've been, maybe living under a rock or something, is that if you like a print on the site, and listen, I don't know if this goes for all their fabrics, because I didn't do like massive research or anything. I just realized it as I was going through my purchase process, is that I had seen the print that I wanted, but it was originally shown to me in a different fabric. And then I noticed that there was a drop-down menu, and I could choose what fabric I wanted the print printed on. And so I selected a denim because I have two projects in mind for that fabric. One is the Sew It Academy jeans that I have made a bajillion times because they are perfection, okay? And I have gotten them fitted to a T now, right? So I can literally just cut and sew, which is amazing. And also one of the reasons why when people comment on how well my Me Made garments are or fit me, it's because I take time to fit the patterns to me as I sew. I think that's something that new sewers or beginners don't realize, is that it's not just about cutting the pattern and sewing the pattern. Most of it is about fitting the pattern, fitting the pattern to your body, because we're all built so differently, and patterns are, are drafted, for a certain measurement that they have, like a standard body measurement. And so unless you are those exact measurements, chances are you're going to need to learn to fit your pattern and your garment as you sew, so that you can have a good fitting garment. Because what's the point of spending time making something if it's not going to fit you well, right? And so fitting for me is an ongoing learning process. I learn new things about fitting all the time. So don't feel like if you sew, you have to know all things about fitting. Don't let people fool you. You don't have to. You learn as you go, and you learn new techniques, and you Google and you YouTube and you watch other influencers and sewing content creators and pick up books. I have a ton of fitting books. And as I go through a process or I'm working on a project and I come, across a fitting issue that I haven't come across before, I know that I can look it up, research it, maybe even look into my books and see if I can find it so that I can start learning how to make those adjustments. Now, at this rate, I've been sewing over 25 years, and so I can pretty much make any adjustment to my body on any pattern because I know my body pretty well. But the thing is, my body and my weight fluctuates, right? I've recently lost a considerable amount of weight, considerable to me, and I have had to remeasure myself constantly because I need to make sure that when I cut a pattern, I'm cutting it to my new size. And that can vary, right? Depending on how much ease is in that design, or, how you want it to fit you. Maybe you want it to be, a little bigger or a little snug. It really just depends on your preference, but those are all things that you need to consider. Anyway, I've gotten way off track, child. I'm just talking. What I really wanted to say, which is why I brought up Spoonflower, is that I had two projects in mind: the Sew It Academy jeans, which I want to make again, and I want a leopard print pair of jeans. I just do. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need a leopard leopard print pair of jeans in your wardrobe. Okay. And so I bought like 6 yards. Now, the reason I bought 6 yards is because we also have a Sew It Academy jacket that I'm obsessed with. Brittany J. Jones, who's one of my best friends and also an instructor in Sew It Academy, filmed the course for December, I believe, and it was that jacket. And I loved it. When we designed it, I loved it, but when I saw it finished and on her, I really loved it. So I made it out of a tweed fabric that I'm going to be posting on social soon, but I'll give you a sneak peek. Here it is. So good. And I wanted to make it out of leopard print denim, right? Now, I'm not going to wear them together, although knowing me, you never know, because I will rock a pair of leopard jeans with a leopard jacket and care nothing about it, okay? But I probably won't wear them together. But I did want a jacket that was leopard print in denim, and I wanted a pair of jeans in leopard print. So I bought, it's kind of heavy, you guys, because it's 6 yards, and the denim is kind of heavy. Okay, it looks hella stiff, and it is, because I have to wash it, right? I have to pre-wash. Pre-wash your fabrics, people. Pre-wash. If it's a garment you're going to make that you would throw in the laundry after it got dirty and plan to wash it, pre-wash it. Because if you don't, and you cut it, and you sew it, and then you wear it, and then you wash it, it's going to shrink. Chances are it's going to shrink. And then you did all that work for nothing. So it's always safer to pre-wash your fabrics. I always do this with cotton. I always do this with denim. Yes, do I get away with not doing it with some fabrics? I'm not going to lie to y'all. Yes, I do. I do. Linen, oh, please pre-wash your linen. Pre-wash your linen, pre-wash your cotton, pre-wash your denim. Pre-wash, people. And if you're working with a wool or something that you would normally not wash, please don't wash. Don't wash them. Take them to the cleaners after you've worn them and it needs a good cleaning. Anyway, that was just my quick PSA. Please pre-wash. So this does need a good pre-washing because right now it is incredibly stiff. And this is, I don't know if it's on here. It has some information on here. Let me see what it says. It's dogwood denim. I don't even know what that is. But I would venture to say that it feels about like a 10-ounce denim. So I definitely need to wash this, probably wash it once or twice and then dry it and probably wash it again because I like the denim to sort of soften, you know what I'm saying? So those are my plans. I'm super excited. I am hoping that I'm going to have several days at a time to get these projects done. And I will share them. As I make them, I will share them. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll probably see it sooner because I post as I make versus on YouTube. I usually tend to wait till a couple of projects are completed and then, sort of do one whole video. But anyway, I just wanted to share. I wanted to show you what I planned on sewing. I'm super excited. I hope that you have time to sew too and that you plan on making some amazing garments for yourself. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Until next time, peace.